Hi, this is Jonathan Davis with American Public University, and we are going to be discussing today the ethical bias within the business community. Is it possible that businesses across the world are creating a social divide with their consumers right now because of their ethical practices? My opinion is yes, that is happening every single day. So, with these companies, are they burning bridges with their allies and losing trust and faith with the community and the United States just because of the things that are happening with inside of their walls, and how they're maneuvering money and not paying taxes? And that is what we're going to discuss today. So, thank you for listening. Thank you for tuning in, and let's begin. So, with the research that I have completed, it is duly noted that across the world, these companies are tax evading, they are treating employees incorrectly, and that is some of the stuff that we are going to dive into right now. While researching the fall companies, one of the leaders from the ethical department of Warren Media, Mr. Ralph Lauren, was treating his employees incorrectly. The spotlight was put on him in 2022, the beginning of this year, where his employees came forward and shared some of their stories about the workplace relationships and how they were just creating a divide between the employees and the leadership. And so, in my opinion, it is it is not completely wrong to have a work life relationship with somebody that you are with 12 hours a day. That's bound to happen. But at the same time, how does the rest of the employees get affected by those work relationships? Are people getting favored more so because they look better or they have a better working slash in the office and off out of the office relationship with their leaders? That happens every single day, and that has been happening for years, decades. So that can create a ethical conversation within the business. Um, and a lot of companies have to have those conversations early with their employees, setting the standards and expectations of how they're going to move forward. And it's important. I have friends that work in the NFL that are not allowed to date cheerleaders, and it helps with the cohesiveness of the team because everybody is there to work, and there is some people that will say that that is wrong. You can't always control who you fall in love with or who you have a better relationship with, but at the same time, if it's at the detriment of a company, I can see how that can be wrong and immoral. And then you also have articles where they talked about Jeff Bezos and his company and how they have been evading taxes for years. And it is clear to everyone that they make enough money. But at the same time, if they are not giving back to the community or if they're not paying their share of taxes, how does that help the world? How does that help the nation? And how does that look for the people that support Amazon and all of their companies that are under them? Their company is at the cutting edge of technology, at the cutting edge of our forefront. And if they are cheating the system, how does that make everybody else feel? Period. Dot. I mean, you just have to act accordingly if that's your company. You have to set the line in the sand, and you have to make sure that that line isn't crossed. And then there's also many articles that that do the surveys and ask people how would they want to be. Would they want to work for a company that didn't practice good ethics? And 73% of them said they didn't. Um, It's right here on the article posted by Western Governors University. 73% of professionals say that they take organizational values into account and would not apply for a company unless it aligns with their own personal views. And 80% of workers say that they would prefer to work more and get paid less if the ethical practices of that business align with how they see their life. And so it is a key, and it is shown statistically that people care about how companies move and how they take care of the ones around them. And if the world doesn't start talking about this, can become a huge problem. Thank you for listening to me. This is Jonathan Davis again with American Public University. Have a wonderful day.